Well, howdy, folks. How we doing today? Me again. And I thought I could match you with a little video with a question. Now, this being the Pocket EDC channel, I love knives. I love doing videos about knives. But EDC encompasses things other than knives. So let's do a video on something other than a knife. And my question is to you, when you go out in a boat, particularly in the woods, do you carry a fire pouch? And if you do, what's in your fire pouch? Now, there's a whole lot of things that can go into a fire pouch. You know, a lighter, flint and steel, ferro rod, different types of tinder, a battery and some steel wool. There's a whole lot of different ways you can make fire. So, and it's always good to have more than one way to make fire with you if you're going out spending any amount of time in the woods. So I've done over the years different little fire kits, and usually I just find some kind of a pouch that's used for something else. Salvation Army, secondhand thrift shops, all great places to find something like that, yard sales. I'll grab a pouch and I'll make a fire pouch, fire kit out of it. So I just happened to grab one that I had in a backpack, and I'm not even sure what's in this one, so let's find out together. And here we have it. Okay. So we've got some of the basics. Here's a lighter. Now, if you're going to the woods and you want to carry a lighter, Zippos are great. There's all kinds of Bic lighters that are great. One thing great about a lighter like this is I can see how much fuel's left in it. And I know when my lighter is going to run out soon and I need to replace it. With a lighter like that, I mean, if they're not a real dark color, like that lighter in white, if you held it up to the sun or a bright light, you'd be able to see your fuel level. But that right there, and they sell these at the dollar stores. So that's a good thing to know how much fuel you have. Simple ferro rod. A lot of them come with their own striker. A lot of people will just use the back of a knife as long as you've got a good 90-degree angle on the back of your knife. What else do we have here? Little magnifying card. Sunny day, you can use that in the sunlight. Use it to make a fire just like a magnifying glass. It's very thin. You can stick one in your wallet. You can stick one in the visor in your car. They come in super handy, particularly for an old guy like me whose eyes are going to hell and I need reading glasses to read anything. Something like that comes in handy. Now, what about tinder? Here, I've taken some jute twine and I just braided it using a basic cobra braid like you commonly see on paracord bracelets. And then I can just take that, pull that apart, fluff that up, use my ferro rod, throw a spark at it, boom, you got fire. Over here, these are great little things to make. You take a straw. This was a larger straw, the kind you find with the corner stores where they sell the slushies. You take a bit of cotton ball and you take some Vaseline and you soak your cotton ball with the Vaseline, work it into the Vaseline into the cotton ball. And then you cut off a section of that straw. You stuff that cotton soaked in Vaseline in there. And then take a pair of pliers or needle nose pliers or something like that. Heat them up and just pinch the ends closed. That is airtight. And then when you need to start a fire, break that open, cut that open, fluff that cotton back up. Again, grab your ferro rod or your lighter or whatever. Boom. That'll burn for a good few seconds and help you get a fire started. Char cloth. Char cloth is great stuff for starting a fire. Now, you're not just going to light a piece of char cloth and throw it at some sticks. There's a technique to it. If you've ever seen anybody do a bow drill fire, where, you know, rubbing two sticks together, where it's a bow drill, a hand drill, some kind of friction system where, you know, you're basically rubbing two sticks together until you get a little powder off of that stick, creates an ember. You take that ember, you put it into a clump of grass, something dry, blow that into a fire. Well, you can use char cloth the same way. Char cloth is made by taking sections of cotton, an old cotton t-shirt. You cut it up into sections. You then take some kind of metal tin and you put your sections of cloth into that metal tin, punch a hole in the top, and set it on some hot coals. And you'll watch as gases come out of that hole. And when the gases stop coming out, you open it up, and you got this flimsy little piece of cloth here. And that tears up really easy. And then, if I can do this on camera here, you take your ferro rod, don't make a liar out of me on camera. Come on. There we go. And if you can see that, now we've got an ember started in that char cloth. You just take that and you put it into your clump of tinder, and you can blow that into a fire. And we're going to set that over here while that burns out. And last but not least in here, or last and least, because it is last, chaga. Chaga is a fungus that typically grows on birch trees. And when you see it on a birch tree, and I'll try and sneak a little picture in here, looks like a big old hunk of coal growing out of the side of the birch tree. It's a fungus, it's a type of mushroom. And it's got a lot of different uses. A lot of people use it for a tea. It's been used traditionally in different countries as a treatment for cancer, but it's also commonly known as a tinder fungus. And you can take dry chaga like this, and if I were to put a fire to that either from the lighter, or you can scrape it up with your knife into a powder and use your ferro rod to light it. But you can take a chunk like that and light a corner of it, and it doesn't burn with a flame, but it smolders, and it will smolder for a long time. And let's say you're moving from one campsite to another, you could light that piece of chaga from your existing fire, throw it into a can or something like that, and carry that with you, and that will smolder. And then when you get to your next campsite, you've already got something smoldering that you can light your fire with. I've also seen people use that as a base for a bow drill. So anyway, that's what's in that fire kit. So I've got several different options there to make fire in a little pouch that you can stick it in your pocket, stick it in a fanny pack, stick it in your backpack, and it's all enclosed in one little case. So when you get to where you want to go and start your fire, you pull out your fire kit and look at your options for what's best for the situation you're in. So how would the rest of you? Does anybody else out there carry a fire kit? Maybe not something as elaborate as this, maybe something more elaborate, maybe different options. Pop out a video, let's see what you got. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.